The internet is not just a medium. It is, as the Obama campaign profoundly showed us, a path to power and hopefully change. The Hillman Foundation has been ahead of this curve, and this is the third year that it has given an award for blog journalism. This year's recipient is Marcy Wheeler, who is at the center of that path to power. Last month, Marcy made the front page of the New York Times after she became the first person to focus on the fact that a newly released Department of Justice memo revealed that one of the Guantanamo prisoners had been waterboarded 183 times in 1 month. Her early and powerful reporting concerning Attorney General Alberto Gonzales also led that story, which ultimately led to his departure. And her live blogging from the Scooter Libby trial in 2007 is widely regarded as one of the seminal moments in online journalism. It is my honor and privilege to present the Hillman Prize for 2009 for blog journalism to Marcy Wheeler.
So about a month and a half ago, I spent 4 days trying to get somebody to start paying attention to those two numbers, 183, 83. Those are the numbers, as we just heard, of times that our government waterboarded Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and Abu Zubaydah. Since that time, I've been thinking a lot about the Argentine investigative journalist Rodolfo Walsh, who wrote from the 1950s to the 1970s, for 3 reasons. One, during the period of some of the worst repression in Argentina in the 70s, he tried to form what he called the clandestine news agency. He asked people to hand carry pieces of news from person to person so as to get around censorship at that time. What bloggers are fundamentally doing, whether we provide new content or whether we're just linking to the work of a lot of people here, kind of reminding people what Jane Mayer said 2 years ago that's now being reinforced by the documents coming out, is to build a network. What we're doing is build a network of people who elevate the news that is being hidden, that is being ignored, and at the same time really engage people who otherwise feel atomized. A second reason I've been thinking a lot about Walsh is the very first dispatch in that clandestine news agency in the 70s was similarly an attempt just to get people to pay attention to the numbers. 15,000 disappeared, 10,000 arrested, 4,000 dead. I'm not trying to say what the government has done is akin to what they did in Argentina, but I just never imagined I would be in that position, and there I was. Which brings me to the third reason why I've been thinking a lot about Rodolfo Walsh, which is that the day after he wrote those numbers, he was gunned down and disappeared. A year after he was gunned down, the clandestine news agency in Argentina was defunct. You take out one cog in that network and it's gonna crash and disappear. What I think blogging is about is establishing that network and trying to build a network that is strong enough to sustain being, tried to silenced or what have you. And so that's kind of how I approach this wonderful award, which is that it's an honor, it's a tremendous honor for me, and watching the video, it's overwhelming to think about what you have to live up to and try and match. But it's also as much about my network and a tribute to the strength and value of the network that I get from blogging. So I'd like to, so first and foremost, my readers who are absolutely brilliant are part of this. The network of progressive bloggers, our donors, Fire Dog Lake's backstage contributors, and those you read on Fire Dog Lake's front page. They're all really much a part of what we do as bloggers. 3 people, among others, deserve particular note. BMAS, who's my backup, not only allows me the occasional break, but he injects a spirit to the site. Susan McIntosh, who is kind of the fairy godmother, as we call her, both for the site and she has been for some of my work. And Jane Hampshire, who is a visionary leader not just in the blog world, but in progressive movement more generally, and also because she kind of surprised me coming up from Pennsylvania. I'd like to thank my aunt who, as a union activist when I was growing up, taught me about the importance of political activism. So I'd like to thank them all and thank the Hillman Foundation for recognizing the work of all of this network.